Sorry, the old Jao strikes again. Just getting out of the shower. How are you, chat? How is the week treating you? How has the week treated you? Are we all excited for the weekend? We've made it. At the very least, it's a Friday where you are. If you're like me, the end of a Friday means it's basically the weekend. Let's be honest. Exciting stream news, though. You may notice I'm on the other side of the screen, where I used to be. My home here on the right-hand side. There's a reason for that. I have gotten the Forza dashboard to work again. So hopefully, I will not be inconveniencing you guys by being over here in front of the Horizon speedometer. So, another 4 weeks, another season, or another update, I should say. This time, it's focused, well, principally, there are, new cars. And there's some updates and stuff like that. I think there's like a new car for the Eliminator and all that kind of stuff. But the real reason everyone is excited about the new update is the Nissan Suru. Or Suro? The new Nissan, Mexico's favorite car. A 4-door Nissan sedan, which I believe is front-wheel drive, from the year 1992. That, as far as I know, from what I've heard, has not been updated since. But sells like hotcakes. So, that's what we're going to be unlocking. We're going to be driving it. Probably other cars. I've also changed the encoder on the game computer. If you recall, I was having trouble with the encoder on the stream computer before, which was sending my bitrate crazy. I think I had the same encoder on my game computer. I'm hoping that now that I've changed it, it should be a bit more sensible. I've got to... I've got the cable in the car. Damn it. Well, at least the encoder seems to be working a bit better. We're just going to have to make do with a different USB-C cable for this controller. Well, it works at least. Turn on the speedo. Oh, there we go. Minus 23,270 revs per minute. Who's zooming? We're zooming. Backwards. Actually, I don't know. What would we be doing? We could be going forwards if we were in a reverse gear. Or backwards if we were in a forwards gear. Alrighty. We are obviously looking to unlock the Suru. That's right, it's the Day of the Dead. Dia de Muertos. Muertos? There's a Mexican somewhere who's just felt an exceptional pain in their chest going, because they just got stabbed by my pronunciation. There's a few interesting cars. You know, the 356 Porsche doesn't look too bad. The Myers Manx 2.0, which I believe is electric, could be interesting. Particularly if it allows us to swap in for a more regular ICE engine. Or IC engine, internal combustion engine. But this is what we're gunning for tonight, the Suru. Suru from 2010, which I believe is basically the same car from 1992. And to start off with that, we'll be driving a Volkswagen at B700. Sorry, we missed the welcome back shout from Anna. I'm sure we'll be able to get over that collectively, but it will be a lot, I know. It will be an effort. Volkswagen B700. Is that a huge amount? I think the Sirocco would be my first choice. Or we go for the old-fashioned Sirocco from way back when. That could be interesting. It doesn't weigh much. I just don't know what we can do with it engine-wise. The 55 kilowatts is probably not going to cut it. But being D294, we have a bit of room. Okay, so we're going to put a V6. Which significantly increases our power. Doesn't help our front weight distribution, though. You do get more torque out of the V6. Because ideally I'd want to do... I'm just going to go back to the car selection. Because ideally I'd want to do a rear-wheel drive. For whatever reason, I do enjoy to rear-wheel my hatchbacks, like this one here. But that's not a huge difference. It's still 62. Damn it. I went back too far. Yeah, so lacking in speed. Just putting the speedometer back on. Hold on. Oh, cool. It was literally working just a second ago. You know how I know that? I tested it. Did I test it very well? Apparently not. We're gonna hope that's the internal IP address. You son of a bitch. As soon as I go live, you suddenly forget to work. Is that it? Let's start the whole thing again. Now, if you remember, it was a little bit of a faff to get this bad boy to work. So I've turned on, you have to turn on like a server separately. It should turn on automatically, but for whatever reason, it never has for me. So I've got that on. It's no longer showing negative 12 or 23,000 revs per minute, so that's a plus. But it's also not showing anything. I mean, that's the place it should be listening for. Let me just try it one last time. Otherwise, we'll jump back over to the other side. ftd.exe -j-z. Hey, telemetry okay, all that stuff looks like it should work. Back in here, back over here. Yeah, that's the output that I'm looking for. I'll just punch it back in again just to be certain. 192.168.8.243. There. Oh, that is so annoying. I legitimately do not know why it worked a second ago. I got so excited. Oh well, looks like I'm going back over here. Here. I was so happy to be on the normal side of the screen on the right-hand side. Alas. I was like really chuffed. I thought I'd fixed it. I was like, hell yeah, Chow, you done did it. Figured it out. Okay, 64 is not too much worse than what it was. Basically what the newest Sirocco has. We could turbo or supercharge it. Let's turbocharge it for an extra 52 kilowatts. Put a spoiler on it. Take that off. Put that on. Yep. Okay, the rear tires, 235 is not terrible. It's not ideal though. Sport tire, that's good. Get street brakes. Brace. Anti-roll. We haven't done a gearbox though. That is a possible issue. Oh, that's alright. We can do it very easily for not even a PI point. And we'll get the race stiff in there. And that's about it. That's all we can do. We may be able to get some better rims on. Yeah, it looks like we could. What kind of looks era appropriate? None of these are really. Maybe those ones. Those ones look fine. And I will just make them a little bit bigger. 16 actually might be a little bit large. 15 is probably fine. Basically better in every way except for weight. But I think that's made up for very comfortably by the sheer amount of power and like grip we have given this car. What? No, yes. Not a huge amount. There's a Welsh car. Hot Wheels. Rusty car. A Forza livery. Happy Rainbow. Nah. I reckon we go the green that the Sirocco was kind of known for, I think. Either that or it's a green that I've imposed on the Sirocco. Either is good. The important thing is it looks good. Let me just turn off my blue light filter. Oh, that's a lot bluer. Everything is so incredibly blue. Like, we'll just leave it at that color, basically. That all looks fine. Loading, loading, loading indeed. Okay. Here's some vinyl on this. What is in the curated groups? What is recommended to us? Lots of Suru stuff. We haven't had a look at, like, waifu for a while, have we? What's in the waifu section? A lot of kind of uwus and waifu hunting. A replica or recreation of someone's waifu, which is not that great, to be honest. No offense. Unless that is what she actually looks like. This guy is a hero. Look at that. The player card. That is fantastic. That's a 100% accurate recreation or depiction of their waifu. So, not a much. Probably a waste of time. What is Panzer? That's German. You get Pravda, obviously. The 334th Panzer Division's logo. The 7th Panzer Division logo. Girls Panzer Tri. A 100th Panzer Division logo. Okay. I'm really at a loss as to what to put on this car. Car. That's what this is? What would we put on it? So Porsche, NOS, Polly, Stickers make my car go fast, drift car, Hexaco, the number 5, Cherry Spec. Gotta get sponsored by Centrelink in here. I mean, it works too because it's green. I don't think it's called Centrelink anymore. Maybe it is. I cannot remember. I mean, we might want to mention that it is a Hemi, but we'll come back to that. A pink Batman logo. Nice, nice. The Phase does Phase Clan have a camouflage? I don't know. We blend in with that Phase Clan, if I'm honest. I think that's not actually camouflage at all. A drift car. If you can read this, my car didn't disappear. It's a real shame. Speed Hunters, which I think is a Need for Speed thing, strictly. The concept of gravity. A Forza wrap. Might be the Phase Clan again. A car wrap again. My other car is a Koenigsegg emergency vehicle camera car. Kids on board, police. I like girls who like cars. Safety car, more gravity. More drift stuff. TNT. Maybe we do just do a little bit of this kind of stuff, something a bit more abstract. Just got to copy, paste. And then oh, I created a layer. My mistake. Oh, it's a mask. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know I could do that. So. And if we copy that and put that there, it's not as hard to see anymore. Well, a little bit less. I think it's safe to say that we're still sponsored by Centrelink. That's a non-negotiable. So what if we look at abstract? Abstract. What kind of vaporwave stuff? I wonder if that large hex grid... It would work better on a white car, though. That's the only thing. We gotta remember the color of our car. I actually think Groovy 70s might be a better choice. What we have. Add vinyl. Search. Groovy 70. Looks kind of like, I want to say the 1980s Olympics logo? Which I know is not very 70s. But it does look like it. Cut. And paste. I'll delete that. Yes, please. If we put it there, we can extend it with lines of our own. Just with straight up primitives. Just hopefully we can match the color though. I mean, that's pretty damn close. If it's not. I think it is. My apologies for the ads chat. They look like they'll be starting soon. They kind of have to be in the middle of the show, as it were, though. Otherwise it severely impacts people just joining in. Son of a bitch. We might have to make the other one a bit smaller too. Or a touch larger. Could do either. We do that, then we come back up to here. Effecto. We copy it, and then we paste it. And we move that up to there. Copy this again, and we paste it again. And we select to move it. We move that down to here. We recolor it. This time I reckon it's, yep, that color. We paste it again. Put it down. Probably actually afford to make that a bit wider, I think. Oh no, it doesn't actually make it around the bumper. Found it. Found the color. Fosh!
This is not a drill. This is not a drill. General quarters. General quarters. All hands at your battle station.
Welcome on in. Inadequate cat. Good morning to you. How are we all doing? How was your stream, Fosh? Welcome on in, Raiders. Thank you so much for making your way over here. We're just currently painting a car, a 19-something Sirocco, sponsored by Centrelink, obviously. We're currently playing a bit of Forza Horizon 5. What did you play, Fosh? What were you doing? Let's not assume you were playing anything. Anyway, to introduce myself, I'm Commander Zhao. I'm an Australian Christian furry VTuber. Thanks for coming over. And we're going to be playing a bit of Forza Horizon 5 tonight, getting 20 points to unlock the Nissan Suru. Supposedly Mexico's favorite car. But first, I need to make a car that looks good, and that's why we find ourselves here. I very much appreciate the raid again, Fosh. I didn't expect you to make it such a quick return. I'm not going to complain, though. Okay, that's very much hidden inside the bumper. Oh, pre-rolls. Oh, yeah, I think it's because you... Maybe it's because you entered it during the ad break, perhaps? I don't know. But welcome on in. Glad you could make it. Glad to see you again. I very much appreciate the raid a second time. Huge plus. Sorry about the ads. My apologies, but Daddy Bezos wants his money. And, well, you know, we got to give it to him. Unfortunately. I don't know how much of it you caught, but I'm a Australian VTuber, and currently we are playing some Forza Horizon 5, customizing a Volkswagen Sirocco to unlock the Nissan Suru. How was your stream, Fosh? What were you doing? How are you entertaining the kind fellows of Twitch.tv? Is it the same seed as it was last time? Because I do remember you saying that you weren't quite regretting it, but yeah, it was kicking your ass. I need to... Okay, well that's good. You've learnt the patterns, I guess. Like you've learnt to enjoy the punishment, maybe. Progress is progress, so that's the important part. If we... Okay. Can you flash again so I can see where you are? Thank you. We bring you this way. I'm trying to just get that tiny red square there, like that. There we go. So, does anyone have any exciting plans for the weekend? Because I don't know about where you guys are, but it is currently 8:38 on Friday, which means it's the weekend. Let's be honest. So I'm very much looking forward to the weekend. Well, I say that as I paste in the same thing that I didn't want to again. I unfortunately have a wedding, and I don't say that lightly. I just would like to not be at a wedding. I'd like to be at home, sleeping in, rather than having to go places. But I am still looking forward to it. It'll still be enjoyable. Yeah. It does make me feel a little bit bad when I say it out loud like that. Like, I shouldn't not want to go to a wedding. Being invited places is pretty nice. Let's be honest. Welcome back, Ginny! How you doing? Long time no see. It's almost been, like... what? 2 full days? Too long. Too long. You saw where they were going, and you're like, I know this guy. I'll make my own way over. So we were just discussing that I have a wedding on the Saturday of the weekend, and I am pleased that I was invited, and that I was invited through to a reception as well, which is a lovely thought, and definitely not something I considered a given. But I would also really just like to be at home sleeping in. So I've got a little bit of kind of guilt about it, to be honest. But such is life. Gotta kind of balance these things, right? Just like there's... I just feel like there's never... I mean, hot take coming up. There's never enough time in the day to, like, do the stuff.
Good news, everyone! Then good news, everyone!
Thank you very much, Inadequate Cat. I do not think you are inadequate. I think you are perfectly adequate. And I'm not just saying that because you followed me. I won't lie and say it didn't influence my decision, at least partly. But, yeah. I'm glad you are an inadequate cat of good taste. Now, this is obviously not the most thrilling gameplay. Oh, and Fosh, by the way, thank you very much for the raid, but if you feel the need to de-stream, please head on out. I'm not holding you hostage today, at least. Ugh. Maybe another day, but not today. You are free to leave. Welcome on in, Smokey. We're just kind of doing a Centrelink-sponsored Volkswagen Scirocco from, I think, the 80s? Whatever the first one was, whenever that was. And I reckon that's probably good enough. The red double vine boom. Do I need to fix the cooldown for that?
Hello.
Hi, Smokey. Welcome on in. Fancy seeing you here. Of all places. Yeah, I feel like... I mean, notifications are notoriously bad. They're not quite YouTube bad, but they're never quite as good as everyone wants them to be, from what I've heard. Okie dokie. You can probably get a little bit more speed out of this. Push that a bit more that way. Let's fix this up. What's wrong, Smokey? You don't like the look of this Commodore? We can probably smash to the ground a bit more. How dare you? The nerve of some people coming in here and telling me my Centrelink-sponsored Scirocco is not up to snuff. That's unlike the Australian government to spend money on things that aren't good. I'll have you know this has a V6 engine in it. And it's rear-wheel drive for some reason. Because I'm a weird person that makes hatchbacks rear-wheel drive. So Australian. V8 might be more better, Smokey, but V8 can't more fit in the engine bay. At least according to the developers of the game. According to them, they said, no, actually it doesn't fit, sorry. Well, who cars? I cars. And also, I prefer a V6, to be honest. I know it's almost un-Australian to say so, but... I mean, you can do a lot with a V6 engine. Particularly in the 21st century. Probably not. Mostly because of the fuel costs, to be honest. I mean, with the cost of petrol that it is currently, I would like to try and save as much petrol as I can. Let alone use more of it. Well, of course you would, Smokey. You bastard. Okay. Well, let's just hope the race doesn't start before then. I'm just gonna select a car first. Alright, hold on, I'll be back. I'm getting physical, alright, Smokey, jeez. Not physical. I do appreciate it though. Oh, just in time as well. Jeez. Like, I could, in theory, catch the train to work every day. It's not that far away. Both the train station that I would get on and the train stop that I would then get off on later on. It's just that I have so much trouble getting out of bed in the morning for whatever reason. Ow. No one else took... maybe this Golf up ahead, the white one. Oh, for the son of it. But yeah, I have heard that America does have a real, I did it again. I did it again. I did it again. A real, problem with, like, car dependency. I don't know what's happening. We're clearly not rewinding further. Oh well, thank you. Thank you for taking so long to do that. I appreciate it. I mean, I often say to friends and stuff that my dream commute to work, because I work currently about a 20-minute drive away, give or take, depending on like school zones and traffic and what have you. My ideal would be, though it would take longer, but a ride to that job. But there's no protected like bike lanes or bike paths to that location, so I'd have to get on like a proper A road with all the school drop-off traffic. and I'm not sure I want to do that. Yeah, we've got a little bit of oversteer on this car. But otherwise, for the most part, it's not bad drive. Oh my goodness, Smokey. You shouldn't have. Thank you very much. I appreciate that immensely. I hope you enjoy my emotes. I'll be the first to say they're maybe not the best, but yeah, thank you so much. I hope it was the love of the content and not Jeffy B's obnoxious ads that force you to do it. Pog indeed, Fosh. Pog indeed. Also, I don't mean to... Well, it's something I've been meaning to ask Fosh. Am I saying that correct, Fosh? Or is it Fosh? Or something else? Oh, that's the drift camera. That's partly why it's doing that. Well, enjoy your first badge, Smokey. I think something like only the first fishy. Okay. Well, let's do that then. I think only the first 12, 15 people get a first badge, so you're in a pretty exclusive club. I think despite my best efforts, we're going to get very close to the finish line, which I think is a testament to the quality of this car. I don't know why it turns around. It's like so ashamed at how far it was from... Oh! Just a quick look at the underworld. Hey, this is where you go when you die, says Forza. Okay, so I was on the right track, because Sirocco was green. Okay. I thought I dreamt it. Also, Jenny, what was it you made for your mum's work potluck? The exciting thing for you, Smokey, is that I believe as a subscriber, you get a quicker point accruement, which means you'll be able to Vime Boom at a much higher frequency. I think that's the new Golf R. The one in the DLC that came out this month. That's crazy. I'm not a great cook, but I don't think I've ever cooked something that's taken 2 hours. I do feel like a lot of recipes take longer than they are advertised. For me, that's probably just incompetence. I've never had something cook for 2 hours. There you go. I need to get rid of that orange one, though. I need to replace that with something. But for the most part, I don't mind my emotes. I need to, I don't know, do something to them, though. Make them a little bit better at, like, legibility, I guess is the word I'd look for. And by that I mean I need to either try and draw over them myself, cartoonify them, or pay someone to cartoonify them. Like if you look at Kusaki's Pog emote that Fishy deployed a bit earlier on, it's a lot easier to read what's happening in it. I do like that one. I've always liked the pet emojis. I do like the GG one too. I think between those two they're my favorite. And they're the easiest to understand what's happening. I would like it if the GGs were maybe a little bit bigger, but there's only so much like size, you know, so much room for my face. I'd have to, like, I don't know, give myself bigger glasses, I guess. Which could be done, I guess. But yeah, it's these things I need to work on. And by extension, find time to work on. Yeah, comically large GG glasses. How has no one sold them? Like, a GG glasser? Like the GG glasses are like the New Year's glasses, where you wear it on your face. Yeah, right? It seems like something you'd see at those esports events, like the LOL tourneys you were talking about, or I don't know, whatever, maybe a Fortnite tourney? Do they do those in stadiums? I don't know. I mean, I've never really cared about esports, so I wouldn't know for sure, but it does feel like esports, at least to my mind, has kind of fallen a little bit by the wayside. It's definitely fallen out of my field of view. Well, that's what we're doing tonight, Smokey. We're all about that new Nissan. If you listen carefully, choo-choo, that's the new Nissan train. That's what we're all aboard. Oh, also, my apologies, Fishy. Very rude of me. Not give you a shout out for the raid. Gotta be polite. You gotta be polite to your guests, chat. The wizard hat on that Kisaki love heart was very adorable. Okay, everyone's just decided to slow down. That's cool, I guess. What do you mean you don't have the right car? Brother. What are you doing, man?
I'm on power, baby.
Well, that silver Golf was maybe not the best driver. Ow. I mean, you could definitely do the trial, for example. You telling me you don't have a Volkswagen for B700? I know you're poor in Forza, but you can't be that poor. I mean, failing that, you could always do a quick bit of grinding or something. Do some races around the place so you could get a B700 Volkswagen. I mean, I can't imagine this car cost that much. Before I did the upgrades to it, at least. What about those cars that you tried to sell to the auction house? Instead of auction housing them, you could just sell them outright to buy the Volkswagen. Get the Suru. Yeah, they never sold, so you could just... Can't you just sell them to, like, to Forza, to the game, instead of the auction house? I'm not sure actually, so. Like, I know you can do that when you get it at the wheel spins, if you get a duplicate car. I just figured there was an option to do that in the garage as well, but maybe there isn't. I'd have to check when we finish this race. I'll have a look in the garage and see what's up. Hey, not a podium finish, but we did all right. And more importantly, the team won. And this event is a team event. So the two custom player avatars there were a can of beans and me. Let's just jump to a festival site real quick. And we'll see if we can sell a car. What does a remove car from garage do? Let's find the car we've got a duplicate of. Or just a one-off. Yeah, I don't think I'll need another Bentayga, for example. Okay, so that just removes the car. Awesome. Very cool. Definitely what I wanted to do. Your history, remove report and remove to... How does one sell the car in the first place? Buy and sell used car, buy and used car. Maybe you can only sell it through the auction house. So if I go back to the Bugatti... I don't know, because I was a dummy, and I didn't check my my cash stats before I just pressed remove car, unless you've just tested it and it worked. But there we go, we've got 46,683,985. No, you don't. It just disappears. I mean, that's probably a feature from back when they had only so many cars. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do... Oh, I did want to do that, sorry. But I wanted to change to that again. There must have been a feature from when they only had like 1,000 car spaces as opposed to 2,000 car spaces that they have now. You don't have any you don't have any 2,000s cars? They could do this one that I'm currently blocking? Or is it the one you did, perhaps? Yeah, there are a lot of Nissans up in here. Like Nissan restrictions. I mean, I know it's not like a VL or a VK Commodore.
Safe to do so.
I mean, failing that, you're just gonna have to... Ow. Not run in... Don't do insurance fraud like that. Failing that, you're just gonna have to go into regular races and just do them to try and earn some money. Do the Goliath a couple of times or something. Well, you could always turn on, I don't know, some driver assist, perhaps. If that might help. Lovely drift in this game. The other... I mean, the only other real way you could do it is if you just wait and hope someone sells one, I guess. Or if it turns up in the Forza the festival shop is, I can't remember what it's called, but the shop.
Take the second exit.
Where you can spend the Forza points. Oh, nice drift. This is a very fun car to drive. I do wonder if it would still be as fun at A-Class. Which I think would be a little bit more my cup of tea. $2,000s. We've got to have an A800 2000s car in here somewhere. Okay, so we have a few. We've got plenty of M3s. A Corvette Z06. A couple of Hondas. A couple of Nissans. That would be on brand. Monaro or Cigaris? Monaro is probably a little bit better overall. Let's go the Monaro. Even though it is unfortunately a Vauxhall Monaro. But you and I both know that it's meant to be Australian. Which is why it's got the Australian made on the back. As well as other Australian paraphernalia. I was unaware it would be wet. I maybe would have gone for the Cigaris. And again, we supposedly have better brakes, so maybe not. Oh yeah, why is the Purge going to start in NYC? Is it to do with the Israel-Gaza situation? I mean, probably. Well, that's not ideal. I mean, you could use that to describe the entire situation, really, from the Middle East to the entire globe. That's not ideal. Yeah. It's definitely a depressing time. I made the mistake of really reading a lot of news this afternoon at work, and man, that just pummeled my mood. Because it is not looking good out there, guys. Unfortunately. Look at how good this car was. I do like the drift camera too, that is a nice improvement. Keeping the camera directed in the kind of, or looking in the direction of travel, despite the fact the car might be turning different. Nice touch. Well, that's not a bad situation to be in. I do often envy my parents' cat. She seems to have it a lot more figured out than I do. You know, she's got someone to pay for her meals, provide her bedding, open the doors for her, and she doesn't read any news. At least, I don't think she does. I've never seen her do it, at least. So, I think you're onto the right track, cat. Or inadequate cat. Inept cat? I don't know, we'll work on it. Well, what if you turn on all of the assists? The accelerator one, the brake one, the steering one.
Turn right.
It'll probably tank your
Turn
any
left.
kind of credit bonus you might receive,
Turn
but it
left.
might help actually
In 200 meters,
with the
turn right.
actual racing part.
Turn right.
I don't know if it can be a complete. Excuse me.
At the roundabout.
The week's catching up. I don't know if it can be a complete self-drive like people are doing in Forza Motorsport,
Turn right.
but I think you can get pretty close.
Turn right.
The trouble is, I do feel... what's the word? Almost like a responsibility, I guess, to have an idea of what's going on in the world. So almost like an addiction, I guess you'd say. And I do find it interesting as well. I've always had an interest in kind of army man stuff. And almost like by extension,
Arrived at your destination.
I've developed an interest in politics because, you know, one thing leads to another. Which means that I do like to, or at least I like the idea of keeping up with the news. It's just that the actual act of keeping up with the news is often very depressing. you know, because you're reading about the Israel-Gaza situation, or you're reading about climate change, full stop, or the current referendum in Australia, or you know, just any number of these things. I do think it's to do with the fact that I can not the inherent topics of it, but the fact through Twitter or X, if you so wish, and just the internet full stop, I can be kind of updating myself near constantly with new information about these situations or new takes on these situations in a way that you couldn't, you know, 10 years ago, really. That could work. The thing is, you're not wrong. That is my Twitter timeline. It is a bit of both. It is both news and furry art. So I go from one to the other. Bollocks. I need to turn that off for this, because it really has no use. 74. 74 beats per minute. That'll have more use tomorrow when we're playing Amnesia. Maybe. Oh, it would have had a lot of use actually last week when we were racing around Mount Panorama. Particularly towards the end of that, where I wasn't sure if I was going to make it to first place. I reckon my heart rate was probably pretty high at that point. I think it's partly also because I was just at work. And I needed to, or I wanted to, just kind of do anything but work. So I'm like, well, I will check out X/Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever. And go from there. I'm gonna go get some water, and because I'll be getting up, I will have a coffee taken in the process. So, excuse me. Actually, we might as well call this an ad break time. So let's all get some water. Let's all go to the bathroom and, you know, stretch our legs for a little bit. I will see you again in about 3 minutes or so. I have returned. I have water. I have a correct posture. And I have a Monaro. Let's get back to it. There's one more race for this championship over yonder. Have you put on the, well, is this because of your stick drift? I remember you saying you had some pretty awful stick drift.
Turn around.
The other part of my statement I was kind of ran over myself with.
100 meters. Turn right.
Here, have you put on the steering assist function? Because that might help. I know it might be a little bit, for lack of a better term, emasculating. But it might help get the job done. I think there's like a steering, a brake, and a throttle assist. So if you want to really kind of try and easy mode your way to victory, it might be worth looking into those.
400 meters. Turn left.
That said, I've never used them, so I can't
Turn left.
guarantee how easy it will be. They said it might be easier.
In 400 meters. Turn right. Turn right.
Oh, excuse me.
In 200 meters. Turn right.
But the sneezes.
Turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
I also forgot how much I like this car, the Monaro. Is there another car that we want to have a look at, though? Not really. Nothing's particularly standing out to me. Hell yeah. Is it you, Smokey? Are you doing it? Are you like astral projecting outside of your house? Ah, what the hell? We'll just stick with this bad boy. Is it at least a good burnout? I know you're a connoisseur of burnout. Like, material? So you'd know a good burnout if you saw it? Would you say this is a good burnout? Oh, alas. I guess a burnout is more of a visual thing, right? You need to get your eyes on it. Wowzers. Oh, an 8C. I haven't seen one of those on the road. In a long time. Oh, oh, oh. Overcooked that a little bit. These guys are a lot faster than I remember them being. Maybe it's the posture change. Maybe I drank too much. Got too many fluids in my system. I mean, they are in a Ferrari, so they probably shouldn't be complaining too much that I'm losing to them in a Vauxhall. Even if it is a Vauxhall Monaro. See you later, fellas. I was very worried I was going to get just smacked in the head for my hubris there. Being a bit too cocky, maybe a bit too big for my britches. But the Monaro didn't fail me. He stuck to the road. This car has very good tires and brakes, which is a huge help. What I would be doing if I didn't have this wedding tomorrow, I would be spending some time having a look at the Steam Next Fest. There are a few games on there that do take my fancy. I can't remember the names of them now that I've started talking about it. But there's a few like strategy games in particular that I was like, oh, that would be fun to play. Play that demo. Okay, we got a sweet Ford Falcon GT F351. I think it's actually from the 2010s, correctly. Okay, we need 5 more points. Oh, good, because I was going to say there's no way in hell got enough currency to that. That's 1,000 Forza points. And I would not have been able to afford that. Thank you, Inadequate Cat. I thought it was pretty good too. We could do the dune buggies, and why not? They are a bit of a trek.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
I'm getting something a little bit faster. Not a huge amount faster, just a little bit more. Give us a little bit more speed. It's a very good car, that Monaro. That definitely helped.
400 meters, turn right. Turn right.
How has your week been, Inadequate Cat? Have you had a good week? Are you looking forward to a good weekend?
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
I think on balance, my week was pretty good. Definitely went by faster than I thought it would. Because it's my first 5-day week in about 4 weeks. Because I had a couple of weeks off, and I came back to work on a Tuesday. And then we had a long weekend, when I didn't go to work on the Monday. The week after, I came back to work. This is the first 5-day week I've just had in 4 weeks, maybe more. Ah, well, that's fair enough. That is a good point. I didn't actually consider that. Was it a good week of being a cat? Because I know that my parents' cat has had a good week this week, but last week was a bit rough. Because there were a lot of tradespeople coming through. She's not good with new faces. Well, she's not really good with a lot of things, actually. She's a bit of your stereotypical scaredy cat. Which is a very different vibe to the cat that we had prior to her. Who, whilst wasn't overly confident, was definitely a lot more friendly.
In 200 meters, turn right.
Was very open to just being picked up and plonked on a lap.
400 meters.
And
Turn
she would
right.
very happily just settle down.
Turn right. 400 meters. Turn left.
But alas, not all cats are like that one.
Turn left. In 400 meters, turn right.
If I wasn't living in a one-bedroom apartment,
Turn right.
I would be very... Well, let me rephrase. I'm currently living in a one-bedroom apartment, and I'm very tempted to get a cat. Just to have something else in the house with me, you know? If I was living in a two-bedroom apartment, i.e. not living in a one-bedroom apartment, I think I probably would have bought a cat by now.
You have arrived at your destination.
Because the only thing that's really stopping me from doing so is the things like the toilet logistics, to be honest. Which Volkswagen Beetle to go for? Let's go for the lighter one. Because I've only got one bedroom, like I said, and then the bathroom separate to that. So the tray, the cat's tray, would have to be in one of those, probably. And I wouldn't want to leave the cat just running around at night. I'd like to try and contain her. That's just how I was brought up. We would contain the cat. Real speed demon racing here. I kind of spoiled us with that Aston Martin before. Yeah, they have a quick fit. The orange one definitely looks cooler. Having the engine hanging out the back is definitely a cool look. Also, I've realized we don't have any windows. It's not ideal. It's probably better for what we're doing. I imagine there's a high chance that the glass would break with all these bounces and bumps. But we'd probably also get a lot of bugs in our face. Well, enjoy your employment, Cat. Well, thanks for dropping by, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope to see you again at some point. Until then, enjoy your cat life. Take a nap for me. Beans. What place did you come there? Ah. I see. And did we have all of the assists turned on? Ah. I see. Oh, that's the finish line. It's probably not good. It probably means, if nothing else, that you maybe need to do a bit of practice. Which I know isn't exactly what you want to hear. But you might have to. Do a bit of grinding, as it were. Hold on, let's jump to... Well, the other thing is... I mean... It sounds like a lot of it could be to do with your, less than fantastic controller situation. Is there any hope of that changing on the horizon? Okay, that gives us more grip. Because that might be able to, like, short circuit that. Okay, let's get a rally diff. We did that. If we made it all-wheel drive, then change the gearbox, doesn't really do much. I think it actually just makes us worse. Yeah, like, noticeably worse. Alright, that'll do. Got a bit more power, a bit less weight, and a bit more handling. Because it sounds like a lot of the issue, Smokey, is to do with the fact that you've got the stick drift. That seems to be pretty bad from what you were saying.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
So, like, hopefully that would fix a lot of that. Why are you waking up at 5 AM in the morning? Like, is that what you're doing tomorrow? Or is that what you do regularly? That's really early. Okay, good. I could not imagine waking up at 5 AM in the morning with any sort of regularity. Oh, we've only got 4 gears. Maybe it would have made sense to do the 6-speed gearbox. Also, didn't I put a wing on the back? No, I guess I didn't. Oops. No, if you can sleep in, I would advise you to do so. That's what I'll be doing on Sunday morning. be sleeping in, and then I'll be having gluten-free croissant for breakfast. I'm looking forward to it already. Go more directly. We brought off-road tires.
Calculating.
Let's use them.
400 meters. Turn left.
How are you going outside of discovering that you can't race? Smokey, how has your week been? That's good to hear, sir. That is good to hear. And what of your weekend? Is that also looking good, or better even? Hell yeah. I absolutely stan a chill weekend. Probably too much, if I'm honest. I could probably do with going out more than I do. Oh, and you've got your GTA Online back as well. So you've got that to look forward to. Played GTA Online for probably 5 years at least. I used to play it a lot. I went through a phase where that was the game I played. Back on the Xbox One. Yes, I did. Congratulations on that. What had happened to it? Like, where had it gone? Where did you have to get it back from? Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, I mean, they're both big games. We are not winning this race. Not by a long shot. Yeah, it could be interesting. I need to actually... I've never played it on PC. So I need to figure out the, there was at least, I don't know if there still is, there was a kind of tool or whatever where you could take your account from one platform to another. I don't know if that's still around. We'll try this again. If it doesn't work, then we'll head back to the workshop. So far, it is not looking good. We might as well quit the event here. Because then we can just duck into the garage just over there. Pretty cunning, huh? If we go over here... I'm sorry, I really shouldn't be laughing, but it is a little bit funny. Okay, we'll get really big wheels. Try and tank our PI just a little bit. Wow, that really tanks the PI. Should've done that. We'll bring it back with a better carburetor. Oh yeah? Like a race event or like a burnout event? Oh wait, we didn't put a diff on. Golden versus Holden. Oh, Golden versus Ford, sorry. Golden versus Holden also sounds pretty good. Oop, I meant to do more than just that. Draw, springs, damping, aero. Diff. Go 70% to the rear. That's alright. I mean, autocorrect is definitely useful. I would not want to not have it. But it can be a little bit aggressive, can't it? Oh, it's got more rear camber. Interesting. Going back over here. I guess the reason that the 0 to 100 is the 10 seconds that it is. We spend half the time in gears. Or like with the clutch in, I should say. Let's get rid of the toe. So we're not reducing the kind of power in any way.
In 400 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
But hopefully this will give us the most kind of, I guess, use of our power band.
You have arrived at your destination.
We're also all-wheel drive. We're still basically a ton. 84 kilowatts to a ton is not great though. Certainly not in terms of Forza Horizon. It's better than my car, but I wouldn't take my car in Forza Horizon. I'll be the first to say that. Oh, I like the Looney Tunes car though. Looney Tunes! Looney Tunes over Disney any day of the week. Bugs Bunny is a significantly better, I don't know, hero character than Mickey is. I do not particularly care for the mouse. It is right. Oh, okay. You're more of a mouse man than a bunny man. I guess it's because, I don't know, I guess my mother definitely, I think, preferred... Oh dear. Oh, and we can probably do a little bit better than that. There we go. We're having a hard time on this race, though. Donald Duck as opposed to Donald Trump. The trouble with Donald Duck is I don't really understand what he's saying. Whereas with Daffy Duck, I do. I've never really liked this racetrack. And I think I'm going to remember why. I'm just not good at it. Okay, we're going to quit the event again.
You have arrived early. Horizon Arcade will begin soon.
Not on my watch. Okay, I do need to go this way. And I might as well just... Oh, we've got another... This is only the second race, that's right. Let's just fast travel to this house. And I want to try the other car. See what the other Volkswagen does. Because this one, I don't know, we did alright in the first race. Became second. What about this? What about the Baja bug? Ah, so that's where everyone's got the quick fit color scheme from, I guess. Okay, so we can't do anything to that. We could turbocharge it though, but let's just stick to this for now. Okay, so the 265 is standard. That's weird. I don't know why you'd allow me to pay extra money for that. Okay, well, you're getting there. Progress is being made. We need to work on acceleration. Bit of race transmission. Rally diff. Okay, so we're lighter, faster, well, more powerful, and hopefully quicker in the corners. We'll do a car tuning. Custom tuning. To make sure we use all of our 6 gears. 11 seconds, 0 to 100. That's crazy. We didn't have a look at a spoiler. Can we? No, we can't put a spoiler on it. Okay. Well, that answered that question, didn't it? I will paint it a different color. Get like a nice duck egg blue. You can just be white. Done. Kind of a classy, bright and classy look. Taking a long time though. Like this championship. So we should have checked what all-wheel drive would do to us. Increases the handling a little bit, makes the acceleration and the launch worse. We then come up here. No, that doesn't really... Oh, it makes the launch a bit better. Acceleration is worse again, but the off-road is better. Put the off-road diff on. Put that in to make the acceleration a bit better. Or we could come over here and do like some engine stuff maybe. So we've got a little bit more power, but we've got a lot less of everything else. Like we weigh more and we can't handle quite as sharp a corner. Come on back. Let's make all 7 gears useful. Whoop. Probably don't need on 100, I reckon. We have it on a lower deceleration. It means we can turn better. I think. Let's to 75. And we'll drive over because I don't actually know how it's going to handle. I mean, 170 k's off-road is still just irresponsibly fast. Oh, we don't even have a tachometer. Awesome. Alright, let's try this sprint one more time. And I mean, if this doesn't work out, we can always skip it. We can just go straight to the event lap. Because we only need 5 more points. I was just doing this because we normally do the races and then the event lap after the trial. Just okay, it's pretty good off the line. need to be careful on making actual use of the gears. Spend a lot of the time looking at the bottom right of my screen, making sure we're not going too far into the red line and too far below the red line also. Basically, I want to keep it in around the 5,000 RPM range, I think. Between 5 to 6,000 RPM is when it seems to actually, you know, respond. And then stop responding. Not going super well, Smokey, or you? Or something else? We can probably do better. And by better, I mean I kind of want to intercept this guy on this corner. Also, let it be known, this channel is not pro kicking kids at Kmart. I'm more of a kicking kids at Target kind of channel. We can do better than that. I think it's because we went too wide in that corner back there. Yeah, it's driving through all of this bollocks. Really slowed us down. Still gaining though. I think we got second last time as well. Question is, did the same person come first? Answer is no. Which works out well for us. Because if we're tied first, they'll give us the W overall in the championship. Hopefully a circuit will play better to our strength.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
I mean, all of the cars don't really have much in the way of top end. Like they top out at 170.
In 400 meters, turn left. Turn left.
I believe in you, Smokey. You can do it.
In 400 meters, turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
10 off-road. There you go. I didn't notice that before. Yeah, we definitely have better handling. That's got slightly better acceleration, but we've got a better launch. So it seems a bit of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, really. I think this one looks cooler. Just because it is a color. As opposed to being matte black. That one looks cool. 3 more points, we're almost there. I just noticed our exhaust pipe. Sorry. That's our exhaust pipe, this trumpet looking thing. That's weird as hell. I don't think I would have expected that to be the trumpet. And by the trumpet, I of course meant the exhaust pipe. Let's give it the creative name of 54. Hoping that that was the number we were up to. I think I overshot the number we were up to substantially. That's okay. We got the shot. Weinbuch. This summer. Weinbuch. Oh, Rise Guy, huh? Oh, at least it's not the same one again. Alright, let's get some squats going on, chat. Well, squats can do. Just stretch the legs, shake them out a little bit. Oh, I need to make room so I can actually maneuver. I think we're good. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I don't hate that for you. Partially because I should really be doing more exercise. So if it means that I have to get someone in chat to force me to do it, so be it. Oh. I was so busy trying not to run into Holdener over there. Your friend and mine, Smoky Media. Wow, they are zooming. I thought we'd be doing better on a circuit than a sprint, but maybe not. The other thing is we might already have the exocet. I cannot remember. Can I check? No, I can't. Not while in the race. It's a wet old day out here, though. 1 point remaining. You're almost there. What is it you can do, I guess? Well, actually, what we try and get that single point, but I might have a solution if you're particularly desperate and there's no other alternative. Yeah, I don't think we're going to win this one, chat. Oh, it's also only 2 laps, so yeah, we're definitely not going unless they all crash right now.
More power, baby.
That's what we needed, more power. Ah, well. Rinsomniac with the W. Friend of the channel, Rinsomniac. But don't actually care. I think... No, maybe I don't have the... Yeah, I do. I do have the exoset. No problem. I've got 2. Okay, let's just do the event labs then. Cincinnati Part 2 Highway. Extreme Track Toys. Huh? Well, we might as well drive one over. If we can. Where are my Extreme Track Toys at? Take the Bugatti. The Mosler. Maybe the Mosler. I do remember enjoying this a lot last week.
In 400 meters, turn left. Turn left.
I almost slapped it into reverse, unfortunately. Because this car has such long gears. Like 300 basically in gear 5 is crazy. Alright. I have a nuclear option. I'm gonna do these... Well, actually, have you done the event labs yet? Mikey? I imagine you have. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the event labs by myself. And then after that, you will send me an invite to Convoy, and then we will co-op one of the races. Be it the trial or the 2000s street race thing. And then I will do my best to carry you to victory. See what we can do. Well, don't thank me just yet. I'm not entirely certain it'll work, but we'll try. Let's just get these event labs done first. You know, homies help homies, right? Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. This is really impressive stuff. Look at the car, it looks gorgeous. This looks like straight out of Wipeout or F-Zero or something. Pod Racer, that's what it looks like. Star Wars Pod Racer on the N64. Only in like location and style, not in graphics. It's definitely a kind of thing I could see, you know, you're pod racing around in Sebulba's thing or whatever. That's a name I haven't said out loud in a long time, Sebulba. Oh, that's very tight. Oh, there's just a black hole there, that's ominous. Thank you, Smokey. I'll take a swig of water once I finish this race. But I'm very pleased. It seems that the change I made to the gaming computers encoder has worked as well. Because, knock on wood, we haven't crashed yet. On that side. I did also today make sure I went through and just kind of double check all the rewards. So, I don't think it's just because you subscribed. It's also because I was made aware that they were busted last time. I know I should probably say that it's because you subscribe, just to keep you subscribed, but in all honesty, no, it's probably not. This is a very cool course, though. I should have been in that Hot Wheels car, the really jet fighter looking one. That would be super appropriate for this course. Horizon 4. Yeah, I will probably at some point do a thing in Horizon 4. Won't be this month though. Probably in, well, you know, next month, November at the very earliest. Maybe in December. If I could play our cards right, do it in December. And do it in like the winter month or something. Festivale and 3 AM. Rush. Oh, it's manual too. Crazy. What is Christmas Killer 4? I feel like I've heard of the term or game Christmas Killer before. But what is it? It's a horror game, I imagine. That race I did before, it was the Event Lab, the first one on the menu. Sinrati Part 2. I know it's on the other side of the car, but I'm pretty sure this is an Australian car. That one was by myself, yeah. I was the only one on the track.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Well, then you could do that one.
Turn left.
That would be 3 points. It was, this one here. Oh, no, sorry. This one. By Joe C. Over here in the area. Well, there you go. You better get the single point on your own.
Turn left.
You've earned the Suru yourself. Only revs to 7,000 RPM. I only just noticed that.
You
This is a
have
crazy
arrived at your
car.
destination.
Oh, hell yeah. Can I break up the Morgan? I guess I pimped the Morgan too much, probably. Break out the Isetta, though. Let's do that. We've gone from the Mosler to the Isetta. The point of the ones, I mean, I guess there's no real point to it, but it's really just kind of to see what people are doing in terms of event lab stuff. And also it's an easy 3 points. Is this just the regular circuit? Wow, this one is just like... Or maybe they put more lights under the trees, perhaps? It's not really quite the spectacle that the last one was. I mean, I know that might be asking a lot. And I appreciate that, but... Also, you know, you gotta know what your competition is. POV driving home at 3 AM in West Berlin. I mean, it's definitely got a lot more pretty colours in it, particularly around the hotel area. Outside of that, it's a bit of a kind of of course. Because except for the fog, not really much to it. Speedo has topped out. I don't know what speed the Speedo tops out at, but it's just pegged at the red line. So it's got to be less than 100. Yeah, it is. It's 100. It started moving when I went below 100. I think it actually might be 60 miles an hour. I think it's 96k? You did it! Smokey did it, chat. At basically the same time, we both got the Suru. That's a little bit of kind of poetic timing there. Very nice. And I got a Ford Crown Victoria as well. Excuse me. Suru. I got a badge. What badge? Oh, for obtaining the Suru. Smashing. Nissan. 2010 Suru. I'm probably gonna go online for a little bit, and then call it around 11 o'clock or so. The beast of a car. What about you? Now that you've got your car, what are you gonna do? Collapse in a pool of sweat? So it is a 5-speed. I mean, as you can see, we've got winding windows. There's kind of very old door handles on the inside. There's not what you'd call a cutting-edge vehicle. As you may have heard, whilst this vehicle isn't cutting edge, it does have basically every engine swap under the sun. Don't know why I'm doing that first, but you can do that. What you can also do is put in literally everything. Yeah, you can V12 it, you can V10, you can put in a 4-rotor rotary engine, 7.2 liter V8. This is the V10 from the Lexus LFA, so it should sound fantastic. 3JZ engine, GTR, Nissan GTR that is. Just a whole mess of engines up in here. Got everything except for maybe like the turbo diesel V8. Got it all, baby. Oh, it is front wheel drive though, that's the only thing. But it's probably the only front wheel drive car you can put a racing V12 in, now that I think about it. So that's not all bad. because you could finally see what it looks like to have 412 kilowatts of power going through the front wheels. Or for that matter, 634 kilowatts of power. In a car that weighs less than a ton. But I think I'm going to leave that for another day. The only issue is getting the power to the ground, I think. I don't think you can do much in the way of actually widening the wheels. So the struggle is getting the power to the ground, I reckon, from what I've heard. For our last little bit, I'm going to go online. Because I do want to kind of call it a day, like I said, around 11 or so. At about half an hour. Just because I've got a relatively early start for the wedding. Because the actual ceremony starts at 10. I'm catching the train over there. Oh, joining the session. But yeah, you can... It seems that the Suru, you can put literally anything in it. I just wish you could have a wider track. That's the only thing. Should have gotten in my Vauxhall Monaro earlier. Luckily, the 4X Gold logo really stands out. Okay. Good car. Don't worry, I won't tell Mr. Koenigsegg. Your secret's safe with me. It's just me and a Nissan Z. Damn, that guy's really crushing me. Hopefully, if there's a sprint race, I'll do better. So I reckon I'll be quicker in a straighter line. I don't know, this guy seems to know what he's doing. There's a very quick Nissan Z too. Oh, overcooked that. Didn't get penalized though, that's a plus. Maybe the game saw where I was compared to the first place. It's like, they probably don't need to be penalized. You mean this car or the Suru? It's weird because I'm feeling it. If it is this car, I am feeling the weight a lot more in this car. The Nissan, okay. Like, it's because you made it a lot heavier with all the upgrades, or? It is pretty light to begin with. It's only like a ton. 1,000 kilos. Yeah, we're getting our asses handed to us, chat. That's alright, Ginny. I appreciate you staying around even though you didn't know you were. And I hope you rest up after your grueling cooking session. Yeah, well, you two have a good night. Or day, whatever it is for you, Ginny. And I'll maybe see you in about 20 hours' time for some amnesia. I just wasn't sure. I had a feeling you were in Sydney as well. I just wasn't sure. Well, good night, Smokey. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Hopefully we can do better in the next one. I don't know. Excuse me? This might be one of those cars that's good against AI, but not so much against players. Particularly this fellow. They seem to know what they're doing. Yeah, at about 100 Ks, they start pulling away. That's probably when the rear wing starts kicking in, maybe? Assuming this is the second race of this event, I might actually do another online championship, but this time with the old Sirocco we were using at the very beginning. Because that was a good fun car. I'm changing the gears manually. I wasn't sure. I'm pretty sure this was back in the day when Holden was still stuck with 4-speed automatics, basically only. As like a lot of GM products were. So I think if he were allowed to or wanted to get this in an automatic, it would have been a 4-speed automatic. Which, I mean, even for the time, was probably a little bit much. It's fine. I meant to do that. I just realized this fellow can't have done too much to his car. Because I'm pretty sure the Nissan Z is 800, A800, like to begin with. Which means they put the spoiler on basically out of necessity. Because if they wanted to do anything, they had to kind of handicap the car a little bit by putting the spoiler on. Taking some of those PI points off. a little bit slower than last time. I think we were 22 seconds remaining, and now we're 20 seconds. Oh, welcome on in, Shadow. Good afternoon, I think. How are you? How's trucking life treating you today? Where are we posted up waiting to unload or load? I've gotten my Nissan Suru, you'll be happy to hear. Just going online for a little bit before calling it a night. Because I've got a wedding tomorrow morning. And then a reception afterwards. But I will be back to get my pants spooked off for a stream though. There's a lunchtime reception. Ah. Not ideal. Why was the turbo refusing to work? Was it like paying conditions? Was there something wrong with it? Too hot, too cold? Too much air, not enough air? And also, how do you go about fixing that kind of thing? Just break out the old hammer, or...? Well, the fact that we're taking this long to fast travel to other players, or fast traveling other players, seems to me that there are more players turning up for this final race. Ugh. Maybe something got sucked into it. Not great, obviously. I imagine in that instance, in like, yeah, what you're doing, that just means you have less time to move the same number of payloads, right? Or do they account for the fact that you were out of action for, you know, much of the day, and give you a lighter load as a result? Yep, and in 100 Ks, it'll start pulling away. No. Because I imagine that you're pretty much fully booked. So you can't exactly, you know, delay it a day because you don't have room on the next day. Because, you know, it's got its own payloads. Yeah, I think we're just in a worse car compared to that guy up ahead. That's just how it is. Yeah, that's the word. Knock-on effect. Cascade, if you will. What's the weekend looking like for you, though, Shadow? That can't be too far away. A Volvo FH Globetrotter, okay. And how does the Globetrotter compare to what you normally use? Because I actually don't know what you normally use. I feel like you've said it before, but I can't remember. A lot more. Wow, okay. I mean, I know it's pulling a lot more, but 750 horsepower. That's walking around power. DAF XF. Euro 6. Well, I understand the Euro 6 part, obviously. Not the most inventive naming nomenclature there. I don't think I've ever heard of DAF, though. But again, I'm not really in the world of trucks. Okay. I guess, is that what the D stands for? Einpod. Cool. I do like companies that aren't, you know, the normal, based on the normal locations. I think that's part of the reason why I quite like Philips as a company. Outside of the fact they do make good stuff. But it's also, you know, not a Chinese or American brand or a Japanese brand. It's a European one, which is weird for electronics. Okay, good car against the AI. Not so much against the players. Ah, one of those ones. Yes. I've seen those on some electric cars and the like, where they've just got a camera on a little stalk and the monitor inside. I often feel that would be really kind of... what's the word? Like, constraining, cramping? Claustrophobic almost? Like, it'll just have a lot less space for the dashboard and like the air vents and all that kind of stuff. So I imagine in a truck, which is just a bit larger, it might not be as big an issue. And I suppose when you've got like a digital display, you can do a lot more with that anyway, in terms of making everything fit. I want to take out our Volkswagen Scirocco. Well, I guess they're meant for, you know, keeping you, the shadow foxes of the world, comfortable as they take all the stuff that we need from place to place. Let's take this online. Our Scirocco S. Can't imagine we'll be the only one taking a B700 Volkswagen online. To explain the engine note, Shadow, we slapped a V6 in this bad boy. It's also rear-wheel drive. One thing I've always found kind of weird about trucks is the fact that, am I right in saying that there's not really suspension on the truck itself, and it's more so on the seat? I mean, obviously there has to be some suspension on the truck chassis just to keep the wheels off the ground. I've always found it weird that they've got these kind of very bouncy, very like suspended, but you know, like vibrationally separated or dampened seats, whereas in a car the whole thing was just kind of got that level of dampening or comfort or whatever. Maybe not to the same degree as the truck does. The truck's driver's seat does, but does sound nice, this car. Can't remember if it's a 2.8. I think it is a 2.8 litre V6. It does sound very nice. Probably the VR6 in reality. From like the Corrado? Or maybe even from the VR... Oh, the R36, sorry? No, but that's the 3.6 there. That's what the name's for, right? I don't know then. Maybe it is from the Corrado. I guess we'll never know. It'll be a mystery to us all. Especially me. Ooh. Okay. I was saying that as far as I know, trucks are weird because they've got those kind of... Okay, hold on, let me rethink. They're weird because they don't have, like, as far as I know, they don't have the same level of suspension and dampening that a regular car has on the whole vehicle. So the driver's seat takes up a lot of that role, which is just kind of a little bit weird to me. Yeah. But there's also air suspension on the seat, right? On the actual, like, on your cockpit, your captain's chair.
I'm on power, baby.
In terms of it cornering, or... I mean, obviously you'd feel it when you're accelerating. Got my 81 Sirocco, that's the year it was. The Abarth, the WRX, and the S2000. WRXs and the Abarths are particularly underpowered. But I have a sneaky suspicion they know what they're doing. And they're probably just trying to, like, show us what's up. Is that when it's not attached to a trailer, or like when it's attached to a trailer it'll kind of lift up as the rear gets kind of held back? Did not expect to be gaining on this S2000. I really thought I'd be left in the dust. There we go, that makes more sense. What the hell was that? Where'd that fool come from? He did say oops, so I will forgive him. Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess the ultimate question out of all of this is, would you stick with your Volvo, or would you go back to the DAF? Like, do you still have the microwave and the fridge in the Volvo? Or is it not a, is it more of a day tripper rather than a camper cabin? actually really like this car. I don't know what we did, but it seems to have actually done really well. Out of curiosity, what's pushing you over the edge of the DAF? I mean, there's obviously the Euro 6 certification, which is huge, but I was wondering if there's anything else that's particularly selling you on it. I mean, a nicer inside is just a huge plus for what you're doing, right? That's where you're going to be spending basically all of the workday. So that can't be overstated. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I would argue deserve those creature comforts. Like, if I'm going to be, you know, driving a cab or whatever all day, I wanted to have, you know, automatic climate control, plush suspension and stuff like that. And I imagine it's the same in a truck. Sure, there's going to be a baseline of power that I'd like it to have, but ultimately, it's the stuff that makes it feel comfortable that's probably going to be more important than the actual power. You're not going to need to drag someone at the lights all the time. As much as you will need to get comfortable either waiting like you're doing now, or okay, so the Volvo's got a tunnel, does it? Or something. Well, I mean, it probably has a bigger engine, given that it's got 750 horsepower. I hadn't thought about that, but I would have thought that... I don't know. I hadn't thought about it. I guess if you'd asked me, I would have said that trucks have a flat floor. But they can't. Well, they don't inherently have to have a flat floor. Because you're, particularly in the Euro trucks, you're sitting on the engine. Transmission's not okay. What do you mean by an older FH? What does FH stand for? Because I don't think you're talking about Forza Horizon. We're going up against the Suru. Someone just completed the weekly quest. Got their 20 points. Like yours truly. Hell yeah, I got the taxi uniform on. Love it. Okay. I guess they do. You've got the XC range after all. But those kind of non-consumer facing products always go a bit wild with their naming, don't they? Because ultimately it doesn't really matter. it's memorable or not. It's just going to be the accounting guy at, you know, FedEx or whatever that's buying it. Doesn't need to sound sexy. It needs to differentiate between the old one and the new one, or the small one and the large one. Oh, oopsie daisy, did the tiny tires your car have cause an issue? I mean, the Suru is definitely a cool car. It's got so many options of engines. But it just doesn't have, as far as I can tell, I haven't really played with it yet. It doesn't have a lot of options in terms of getting that power to the ground.
I'm on power, baby.
He's right, this is racing. Yeah, I don't know how much I'll use it. I do like the novelty of the taxi kind of costume you can give it. And I must confess, I am a fan of the fact that it's front-wheel drive and you can put a V12 engine in it. So I'm almost tempted just to do that and not actually change basically anything, just to see what's up. Yeah, because that'll end well. That's precisely why. If I had maybe taken that last corner a little bit better, there's a non-zero chance I may have won that. But it's the only car that you can do it in, so I feel like I've got to try it. Just to see what it would be like. If you've got, I don't know, 600 kilowatts going through the front wheels, for example. With the 7.2 litre V8. I think I had a brief look at it, and I think it's like 600 kilowatts and 800 newton meters of torque. And I think the tires are only maybe 225s wide. So it's not like you're going to be able to actually get the power down very well either. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. With the torque steer that you get out of like 600 kilowatts of power, you basically just spin on do like a full 360 in the space of a second and die probably just from the G-forces you would inflict upon yourself. You would like kill yourself by just pushing the pedal. And probably flip over as well in the process. It's going to sound incredibly nerdy, but WZSJR14 sounds like some sort of Chinese tank designation. Yeah, there is something really cool how they lift their like hind leg, their hind wheel a little bit as they go around a corner at particularly quick speed. I know the new i20N is apparently notorious for that. I feel like it's that kind of primal, almost feeling when like the car is somehow not entirely on the ground as it should be. it's like, okay, we're going quick now. That car's going fast. Because I know 4 wheels on the ground, it could be going fast, but there's a good chance it won't be. But 3 or less wheels on the ground, we're zooming, baby. Okay. I mean, those French really know how to make a good hot hatch, from what I've heard. Particularly Renault. I mean, I think you and I have often reminisced about the Clio V6, for example. But thinking about it now, on my way to work, just before where I park in the suburban streets, there is a Citroen. I want to say C2 V6, which I need to look up. I don't actually know what that means, but it sounds pretty fetching. I don't know if it's a rear engine situation again, or a front engine, front wheel drive thing, maybe. Something different altogether. It looked like it was relatively modern. I want to say, so it was a C2 V6, and I want to say it was probably from the 90s at the very oldest.
I'm on power, baby.
Like, it definitely wasn't ancient by any stretch of the imagination. Like, it was young enough that it would almost certainly have come with, like, ABS and airbags as standard. I think we just held them off. Just. Let's see if I can find it myself. In between races. C2 V6. I don't think it's that. No, it doesn't look like that. Like, I would definitely remember that. I'm almost certain it's not that. I don't remember it being quite that wide. Maybe it's not a C2. Maybe I'm just filling in the blank. It does have V6 on the side. Hatchback. Citroen V6 hatchback. No, that's a Citroen C6. A cool car, but not the one I'm looking for. Okay, there's just a lot of Citroen C6s here. Well, luckily, church is over that way as well, so maybe I'll try and duck over there before I go to church and get a shot of it if it's still there. I don't think it is the C2 V6. I would remember the dual exhaust pipes and that kind of wide stance it's got. But it does look kind of right. It could also just be that they just slapped a V6 badge on it, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, right? Damn. Wide as hell. Was it C? No, it's not the C3. No, that one's too rounded. I do miss the weirder Citroen from, like, the 2000s. Like how the Citroen C4 used to have a steering wheel where the center of it was separate from the actual turning bit. Like, that's just cool. I don't necessarily know if it's better or worse, it's just cool in a weird way. Yeah, I mean the C4 Picasso. I think both the Picasso and the Grand Picasso, particularly the most recent versions. Damn, those are good looking cars.
I'm on top.
I think he's still front wheel drive in all this. I can't quite tell, but I think the smoke is coming from the front wheels. Unfortunately, like a lot of car companies now, they're principally, at least in Australia, I can't speak for elsewhere, principally an SUV company. Which is a little bit disappointing. I also really thought the C6 was a cool car. In that kind of weird French way. Not the greatest race we've had. Definitely not as good as last time. But I still rate this car. A little rear-wheel drive hatchback that could. Is that the coupe C4? It's a kind of shooting brake look almost to it. Yeah, that is a nice looking car.
I'm on power, baby.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's a cool car too. It's cool in that same way that I was talking about for Citroen. It's just weird. But because of that, it is cool. We've only got, like, currently the only Citroen, like the smallest Citroen we have currently is the Citroen C3 Aircross, which is the baby SUV kind of thing. I'm looking for the Citroen C4 2010. So the ones we're talking about were the first generation ones. There you go. Let's just window capture this. Yeah. So this here was the first generation one. Went till 2015 in some places. This was the steering wheel I was talking about. This here in the middle doesn't move, which I guess could make sense in terms of like airbag placement and stuff. But I don't necessarily know if it's better or worse, but it's just weird, and I like that because that just, to me, screams French car being weird. Like that. No, we don't. Hold on, let me get a car magazine. I'll be back in a second. Actually, we could just go to Citroen. The Citroen website. But what we get in Australia, in terms of Citroen, is the C3, which is the C3 Aircross, the C4, C5X, and C5 Aircross, as we will discover here. It's a little bit underwhelming. Manage, save. Always got to go manage, chat. That way you can avoid giving away a lot of stuff. Recalls, da-da-da-da-da. Where are your models? Yeah, here we are here. Not a huge range. Particularly if we go to car, because I don't really think those are cars. I mean, the C3 is probably the closest, right? The Aircross. But it's still, I would say it's still more SUV than not. Ah, bummer. They also don't have much in the way of, like HVAC controls and stuff. I think at least Peugeot. While we're here, we might as well make ourselves a little bit more comfortable and check out the other Frenchies. Manage options. Save. I mean, we get more in the way of Peugeot, but currently it only starts with the 308 hatch. These are just coming, so I haven't seen them yet. But I think with the 308, yeah, it's got a little bit more in the way of buttons on the inside. I mean, yeah, the older like 205 and stuff wow, that's really detailed schematics. That's actually quite useful. Yeah, I mean, I've only heard good things about those older, particularly the 205 GTI. I mean, there's a reason that one, those two, I can't remember, is it the 206 or 205 that is in Horizon? Because it works really well. Look at this French man. This could be you if you owned a Peugeot. Yeah, I mean, it must be doing something right if it just keeps getting added in to the game. Peugeot 208 would be the perfect size car. But a 308 wagon? Damn. I do love a wagon. The thing is, there's just not that much in the way of, like, actual stuff. Like buttons and whatever. Yeah, the new logo sucks ass. I don't get it. Like, the old one was just better. In terms of, like, recognition, I guess. It's not as bad as the new Kia logo. The new Kia logo is rubbish in terms of recognition. Like, they still have it on some of their older cars, like this here. They've still got it there. I don't know why that is. I mean, the 2008 can't be that old that they haven't updated the logo on it. But this logo just looks so much better than the other one. And I guess it is a lot older. It's got the older cockpit inside it. Yeah, the new one's not great. They really have fallen off in terms of... I feel like a lot of car companies have done that. In terms of just... I don't know, changing their logos just for no real reason. And I wouldn't really say for the better either. GT? No, this is the top of the range one down under. Not bad, but probably not what you're looking for. Yeah, it does a bit actually. Renault. Currently, Renault, the smallest car you can buy, or it was, yeah, is the Megane RS. That is the smallest car you can buy. Now, I'm not going to complain. There are definitely worse cars you could buy than the Megane RS. But not everyone wants an RS. Nor does everyone need an RS. Yeah, this is a very nice looking car. This Renault is really nice. Of course, the French are advertising an ashtray. That is so French. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine anything more French than that. Advertising an ashtray. Huh? Well, now hold on a second. Do they not sell it in Australia? Is that a French exclusive? Maybe it is. Interesting. What's the 2010 Megane? Oh yeah. I don't like this one quite as much as the current one. I mean, you can still see it's the older brother of the current one. It's still got a very similar shape, but I just think the lights. Oh yeah, classic Megane picture right here. Everyone's favorite Megane picture. Love it. Brilliant. Screams French class, really. Oh yeah, I mean, I'd have any of the Meganes really. The RSs. I just like the headlights more in the current one. And the taillights, obviously. I feel like there's also something to be said about this older one from the 2000s. I don't think it's anywhere near as attractive. But it definitely has that French kind of quirkiness to it. Like, there's no reason in hell it should have this, right? No sensible car company would do that. But a French one would. And I think that's partly why I like it, because it's just kind of weird. I don't think I ever saw an ad for it, a TV ad for it, but I did see a billboard for it, which was basically the same thing, just nice ass. 2006. Renault 2006 ad. Oh, let's get rid of the R. Okay, what about billboard? No, it's not coming up. Something kind of like this one. Except like nice arse. Anyway. It's a weird looking car. But I do like it for that. There need to be more weird looking cars in the world. Citroën D4. Is it the Grand Picasso? Yeah, I just love that. The front headlights, lovely. How it's not a full width thing, but it still looks like it is. Brilliant. Brilliant. And even the smaller one, the not grand one, still looks great. It just looks like this is the only, like, I saw this on car sales, a used car website here. And maybe not this one, but maybe a previous one. And I was legitimately like, maybe. It was 2010? No, it was after that. It was a 2015 model. It was this one. And I was legitimately like, maybe I could do that. Just a regular Picasso. Because they are just good-looking cars. Just got a flow to it, right? Even the older one still looks pretty good. Not as good as the current ones. Still pretty good. I don't think I've ever had the luxury of being inside one, unfortunately. But MPVs or people movers are definitely a dying car type down here, unfortunately. I mean, it does look comfortable up front. Would be more comfortable if it had a central thing that stayed still. Oh yeah, I can see why, because there's a lot of room in it, and there's a lot of room, and there's really not that much car to it. Like, a lot of the room is car. There's no boots at the front. There's not much in the way of an overhang. Hey, look, it's my university. UTS. I wonder where this was parked. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough reminiscing about French people movers from 6 years ago. Well, more now, actually. Almost 10. Closer to 10 than 6, probably. Oh, there we are. Citroen C4 Coupe. I didn't know it had a spoiler. I guess that's for the sports version. The Espace Classic. Nope. That. We want that. I didn't realize they were still making them. I guess it makes sense. And the new Espace does look pretty bitchin'. It's definitely got a straighter back to it than the Citroen. But it looks pretty bitchin'. I mean, it's not going to be as good as this one here, but still pretty good. This is for like when you need to get you and your lawyer to the courthouse in the next 5 minutes, and it's on the other side of town, or else you're going to lose the, I don't know, divorce proceedings or whatever. I need to have a look at the Gran Turismos. I'm very tempted to do like because I've already done Underground 2, and I'm looking to do Carbon. I've been saying it for basically a year at this point. But I'm also interested to look at the older ones, like the Gran Turismos and what have you. Because I never played those, because I've never had a PlayStation, let alone one back when they were actually being released with a sort of regularity. Well, that's enough of that. Let us snooze the ads. Let us close this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And see what we're going to do. Do you want to raid out to Ahmed? I think we do. All right, chat. We did get a Dodge Caliber. Let me just double check before I raid out. Dodge Caliber. The hatchback, right? Yeah, we did. I thought it could have been an alright car. It's just that the interior was really Chrysler, you know? Really kind of chintzy plastic and stuff. Apparently the SRT4 Dodge Caliber was pretty cool. But I mean, it's just that the interiors of the cars of this era were not good, in my opinion. Well, the American cars in particular. They look like they got a bit better around 2010, but yeah, when they first released that, just like cheap silver and all that kind of stuff. The fact that I almost certain it had like a 4-speed automatic as well, because that's just what they did in the States and by extension over here too. Yeah, not good. Anyway, on that note, slightly depressing note, a little bit. Thank you for joining me, chat. We are going to raid out to Ahmed's. I appreciate if you stay around for the raid. It'll help me out. I mean, let's be honest, Fisher and Price plastic is probably better quality. I will see you again in approximately 20 hours, where we return to Alstad for some, not Phasmophobia, that's what they're playing, for some Amnesia the Dark Descent. To keep up to date with me, follow me here on my Twitter, my Blue Sky, and on my threads. For some clips, go to the Instagram, the TikTok, and the YouTube channel. I do want to do clips eventually. I know I've been saying that, but I do. I just don't have time. I'm work full time outside of this. It's hard, guys. It's hard. In any event, you guys have a good start to your weekend. I'll be at a wedding. I will send you photos of the menu and possibly the wedding dress in the Discord. So join that to keep abreast of all of that exciting stuff. We're going to raid out to Ahmed's. They're currently playing Phasmophobia with 3 other Australian VTubers, specifically Mega, Zephora, and someone else whose name escapes me. Let's go say hi to them. Until next time, have a good time. And as I said, I will see you in about 20 hours. All right. Cheerio.